Hello everyone. My presentation title today is Digital Device Index between Peninsular Malaysia and East Malaysia. Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz, the Malaysian Minister of Finance, revealed on 7 October 2022 during the Malaysia Budget 2023 announcement that 11.7 million have been dedicated to East Malaysia development goals. The annual increase in the funding given for the development of East Malaysia by the Malaysian government. This is one of the government efforts to bridge the digital divide between East Malaysia and Peninsular Malaysia. East Malaysia, which includes Sabah and Sarawak, has not developed considerably throughout time, despite rising resources and development efforts that have not yielded the anticipated outcomes. The states of Sabah and Sarawak continue to be the poorest and least developed in Malaysia. This indicated that the years of effort were squandered. The digital device was able to distinguish living standards. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the digital divide between these two regions became strikingly evident. The majority of East Malaysian students are unable to online education because the majority of locations lack Wi-Fi connectivity. In East Malaysia, it is far more challenging for a student or employee who is assigned to work or study from home to earn their trust. This is because of the dismal interiors of Sabah and Sarawak and inadequate 2G, 3G, and 4G internet coverage area. During MCO Malaysia, it is impossible to collect essential data and information to improve. The situation in some of the states of Sabah Sarawak individually, particularly those who reside in distant areas. The global spread of COVID-19 has prompted the Malaysian government to study the digital divide between East Malaysia and Peninsular Malaysia. Sometimes East Malaysia is portrayed as being in a stage of decline, as being impoverished, and as having inhabitants who still live in trees and travel by sampan. Malaysia began to lead the expansion of ICT in 1990. The Multimedia Super Corridor in Malaysia is a major endeavor to promote ICT accessibility. Implementation of the Knowledge-Based Economic Master Plan aims to promote the expansion of ICT in a range of Malaysian enterprises. The 10 Malaysia plans 2011 to 2015 has helped Malaysia transformation into a digitally innovative nation. The ICT roadmap and the Digital Malaysia project are among the initiatives made to ensure the success of the 10th Malaysia Plan. The 11 Malaysia Plans 2016 to 2020 aims to improve ICT utilization to boost Malaysia's competitiveness and prosperity. The Malaysian government has established a correlation between ICT proficiency and the competitiveness and ability to collect money from competitors. Methodology. The survey has three sections: personal information, the 13 questions about COVID-19, and a 10 questions internet survey. Only three dimensions were considered in this investigation: background check, internet familiarity, and current affairs discussion on the COVID-19 outbreak. The first section of the questionnaire seeks to evaluate the initial stage of the digital device, which is always associated with the social economy profile of community. For the second component of the questionnaire, COVID-19 information must be researched. During MCO, the majority of COVID-19 related information was disseminated through the internet and television. The higher a respondent's score on this component, the more efficiently they can retrieve internet-based information. The final component of the questionnaire asks respondents to estimate their online time and internet usage. Using the Gini coefficient, the researcher analyzed the digital divide between Peninsula and East Malaysia. The calculation formula is as below. A equal A divided by A plus B. A is total indicator is Malaysia. B is total indicator Peninsula. Total indicator Sabah plus total indicator Sarawak is the formula for total indicator is Malaysia. The total indicator for Sabah will be derived from Sabahan's responses to question S, part B and C, whereas the total indicator for Sarawak will be derived from Sarawakian's responses to questions A, part B and C. The total indicator for Sabah and the formula is as below. Total indicator Sabah equal to indicator Sabah part B times 0.5 plus indicator Sabah part C point times 0.5 and the total with times 0.5. And total indicator for Sarawak, the formula is as below. Total indicator Sarawak equal to indicator Sarawak part B point 0 times 0.5 and indicator Sarawak part C times 0.5. And the total will times 0.5 again. Total indicator Peninsular Malaysia, total indicator Peninsular Malaysia part B times 0.5, total indicator Peninsular part C times 0.5. And the hypothesis of the Gini index is less than 0.2 means the gap between the two areas is low, and 0.2 until 0.29 means the gap between the two areas is medium. 0.3 till 0.39 means the gap between the two areas is medium up. 0.4 and 0.59 means the gap between the two areas is high. 0.6 and above means the gap between the two areas is very high. During MCO, the researcher collected approximately 436 questions using Google Forms. Our target respondents can be divided into three categories. Sabahan is required to reside in Sabah for at least 15 years. Second, Sarawakian must have spent at least 15 years in Sarawak. Peninsular Malaysia citizens must be at least 15 years stays in Peninsula and born in Peninsular Malaysia. This is to ensure that the respondent is familiar with their stage and retains stage-specific behaviors. Among the 436 questions, we solely focus on the 20 to 25 years old group. In addition, after screening, they qualify for Sabah 46, Sarawakian 51, and Peninsula 58. And this is the analysis and results. The total indicator for Sabah is 0.013 and Sarawakian 0.161 and Peninsula is 0.437. And indicator for Part C, total indicator is 0.059 for Sabahan, 0.142 for Sarawakian, and 0.349 for Peninsula. Based on the table 2 and table 3, we find out that the digital index digital device is 0.32, and based on the hypothesis, Malaysia is in group C, medium upper. Okay, adoption of the eConnect e-knowledge may be the only distinction between these two groups of Malaysia residents. And discussions and conclusion, the government should take this digital device issue seriously, as it will encourage more individuals to relocate to areas with better internet service to enjoy more internet access. The researcher reached the same conclusion regarding as young people forced to leave rural areas due to a lack of job and poor quality education, and as elderly persons forced to leave due to a lack of health care. According to Lloyd, online learning may be more time-saving, environmentally friendly, and convenient. Most of the students prefer mixed or blended study styles. The COVID-19 issues leads us to fear that we would no longer be permitted to travel or engage in the same activities as before the pandemic. We have been placed under lockdown in our residence or room. If a similar or same event arises in the future, there will be further possibilities of acquiring similar experiences. The existing experiences with lockdowns could serve as a model for future lockdown or the imposition of lockdown to preserve human life and routine. If a human ever lost control and authority in the physical world, the only world we could rely on would be the digital world, and its functioning ecosystem would allow us to save the physical world. In the digital world, ensuring that a person recovers and completes the development process may be the most essential task of all governments worldwide. This is a crucial preparation for their citizens and face to unknown challenge one day when we all have lost control of our rights, including the ability to go anywhere in the physical world, so that we could at least continue to communicate in the digital world and cooperate with the authority when needed to safeguard our physical world. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you.